we'll start right into it, inshallah. What we're gonna cover today is it's gonna be might be quite detailed. Last week we talked about how there are in Arabic there are three broad categories. Can one of you tell me, Sister Aisha?
Sorry, which categories?
So, in the Arabic language, a kalima or a word can come under three categories.
Okay. Fiil, fa'il, mef'ulun bih. Fiil is verb and later subject and object.
Good, but that's for the fi'l. So, for example, like the Arabic language, all the words in the Arabic language come under three categories. Remember we did it last week. So
okay, verb, noun, and particles.
Yeah, that's right. Zahida, can you say it in Arabic?
The harf and the ism.
And fi'il.
And the fi'l, yeah. So the ism, the fi'l, and the harf. So we learned that every word in the Arabic language goes under one of these categories. So speech in the Arabic language, so whatever comes out of the mouth or whatever is written in the Arabic language comes under three very broad categories, and that is the ism, which is the noun, and the fi'l, which is the verb, and then the last one is the harf, which is the particle. So can you guys see my slides?
Yeah.
Zahida, are you able to see the slides? So Zahida, can you see the slides in front of you?
Hello?
Yeah, so Zahida, are you able to see the slides in front of you?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, good, alhamdulillah. So it says here, any word which has a meaning is termed kalima. So kalima is a word, and broadly speaking, a kalima falls into three categories. So the ism, the fi'al, and the harf, which is the noun, the verb, and the particle. So what I'm going to do is, last week we sort of talked about the verb. We said that the verb is divided into three categories based on time. So we have the fi'al madi, which is the past tense, fi'al mudari, which is the present or future tense, and then the fi'al amr, which is the command. Today we're going to focus quite some time on the noun. So we're going to delve into the noun, the ism. We'll go to it in a bit more detail, inshallah. And then next week we're going to look at different sentences and things like that. So I just want to start with some refreshing of the vocabulary. If you see at the top of the slide, it says hadha, which means in English, this is. Are you both familiar with this word?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think? Do you think this is the ism or fi'l or harf?
Harf.
So Zahida, do you agree? I think her microphone is playing up today as well. The hada is actually it's actually an ism. It's not a harf, it's an ism. It's a noun. So when we say in English this is, that becomes a noun. So this is a noun. In Arabic as well, hada is a noun, is an ism.
Hello.
And yeah, Zahida, can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? I think there's something wrong with my microphone. There's nothing wrong with my computer.
Okay, yeah, your voice is very clear now. It's just sometimes when I talk to you, I think it cuts off at times.
Yeah, maybe.
Khair, inshallah. So I was just saying that the hada is an ism, and the meaning of it is this is. So proper pronunciation is important in Arabic. So when we say this is, we have to say hada. So hada. If you notice this alif here that I'm pointing at, this alif is a long vowel, and sometimes, actually most of the times, it won't be present in writing. So when you see ha, the, so the letter ha, the letter the, and the letter alif, it's hadha. But I've just put this alif here for reference. However, a lot of the times it won't be there. In the Quran it is, but in other normal Arabic scripts or textbooks, you will not find this alif. But keep in mind that it's not, if you don't see this alif, you don't pronounce it as hadha. It's a long vowel, so it's hadha, hadha, meaning this is. So, looking at these 4 sentences here, I'm going to ask each one of you to read it. So we'll start with Aisha. Aisha, can you read the first one, please?
هذا بيت.
I'll put the meaning here for now. Inshallah, in the future classes we'll not put it. It means this is a house, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Zaida, can you read the next one?
هذا باب.
Meaning this is a door. هذا باب. Next one, Aisha.
هذا مسجد.
هذا مسجد. This is a mosque. And Zahida, the next one.
هذا كتاب.
هذا كتاب. This is a book. Okay. Let's analyze these 4 sentences. We'll start with هذا بيت. Now, if we look at the English translation, what stands out? If any of you can contribute, what stands out in the translation from the Arabic?
There is a.
There is a. So the is a doesn't appear in the Arabic. Any explanations on that?
This is a nakra, not ma'rifa.
Yeah, that's right. So it's an indefinite noun. But where is the is coming from? So the is just implied, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, so those who like in the Arabic language, the people who made up the language, the rules and everything, said that if you put hada and baytu next to each other, it means this is a house, but the is already implied in the sentence. I mean, that's how they made their sentences. We don't have to have a word-for-word translation. So hada baytun is this is a house, and the a house comes from baytun. We'll look into that later. What's a definite noun and what's an indefinite noun is coming up, inshallah. So key points to remember here, that the is and the are is not explicitly written in Arabic. So it's an implied thing. So the is and the are is an implied thing. That's important to keep in mind. And I think the vocabulary is quite simple. Nothing major there. Baytun, babun, masjidun, kitabun. They're quite used regularly, so we should be okay with them. Let's go to the next slide. Just one last question. Is hada for distant, nearby objects or far objects?
Nearby objects.
Yeah, nearby objects. So the far ones, which is dalika and tilka, we'll come to that bit later. But there's 2 things. So the nearby objects and the far objects. So this is for the nearby objects. So just a few more. Maybe Zaida, you can read all of these ones.
هذا مفتاح. This is a key. هذا كرسي. This is a chair. هذا قلم. This is a pen.
This is a pen. Okay. So, few points to remember here. In Arabic, we haven't covered this. We'll cover in detail, but it's important to know a bit of it now. In Arabic, words are divided into, nouns are divided into masculine and feminine, right? So you have masculine, mudhakkar, and you have feminine, mu'annath. Now, the hada is generally referred to objects that are masculine. Okay? And the hadihi will be referred to objects that are feminine, mu'annath. Now, miftahun, kursiyun, qalamun, is that mudhakkar or mu'annath?
مذكر.
Mudhakkar. So mudhakkar is masculine. How do we know that? Well, if we know it already, that's good. But because of this hada, Aisha, can you give me an example of hada in a feminine form with a feminine object, with a muannas object?
هذه نافذة.
Okay, so هذه نافذة. And what is the translation for that?
This is a window.
This is a window. That's right. So if you want to address a sister called Fatima, you would say هذه فاطمة. You won't say هذا Fatima. So just keep that in mind, inshallah. Yeah, هذه Fatima. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to sort of highlight is this ma over here. So ma in Arabic means what? So ma hada, what is this? Hada baytun, this is a house. What do you think, is ma a harf or ism or fi'al? I'll ask Sister Zahida for this one.
Is it an ism?
That's right, it's an ism. Because what is a noun in English as well. Arabic ma is also an ism. So ma hada, what is this? Once again, there is no is in the Arabic language. It's just implied somewhere in between. So ma hada, what is this? So now, while we're doing this course, if you have any question or anything like that, you can ask it in Arabic. So try to use some of the words that you know in Arabic. So if you're confused, you can point and say ma hada, and or you can say hada baytun or hada jayyidun, this is good, or something like that. So you can get used to the language a bit more. Okay, so just go to the next slide. Is that too small, or can you guys read it?
It's okay.
It's okay?
Okay.
Alright.
Yes.
So the first one, ma hada, hada qamisun. So qamisun is a new vocabulary. Qamisun means a shirt. Now, Aisha, can you read this one that I'm pointing at, the second one?
Okay. هذا مفتاح.
That's right. Ahada miftahun. Is this a key? Do you see that? So that the alif and the hamza gives the meaning of a question. So it's called the interrogative pronoun in English. So ahada miftahun is this a key? So ma is what is, and a is this. Okay, so is this a key? And then the answer is la hada qalamun. Now we're familiar with the la and the na'am, right? I'm assuming both of you would know that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So hada miftahun, la hada qalamun. So Staisha, next one, hada baytun.
نعم هذا بيت.
Good. Zaida, hada sarirun.
لا هذا كرسي.
Aisha, ma hada.
هذا نجم.
Hada najmun. Good. So ahada is this, and ma hada, what is this? Before we go to the next slide, Aisha, can you make one example of yourself without using these examples? So like a question and an answer sort of a form.
ما هذا؟ هذا زهرة.
If you're gonna use zahratun, you have to use hadihi.
Yes, sure. Yeah. ما هذه زهرة.
Yeah, but you can't use ma because ma would be used for non-living objects. So if you want to refer to a person, you would say man. So man would be who.
Okay.
Okay, we haven't come to that. But think of something like an object, like non-human, non-human should be fine.
Okay.
Alright. Zaida, can you give an example for us, please?
has ما هذا جمل.
هذا جمل. What's the meaning of jamalun?
Camel.
Camel, good. So from the vocabulary that we learned from last week, we can use some of it, like we already used kitabun, but there's a few other nouns that we learned last week, asma, that we can use inshallah in our examples. Okay, we'll just move to the next slide. Okay, so once again, just man hada tabibun. So tabib is a doctor. Man hada waladun. Do you see this man? So the man, if you want to point to a human being, you'll say man. You won't say ma. Okay? So ma is generally referred to non-living objects, and man is referred to human.
Okay.
So can we give an example of a man? We'll start with Aisha.
من هذه هذه بنت
Yeah, bintun. Very good. So man hadihi bintun. What's the translation?
who is she? She is a girl.
Remember what did we say? What was the meaning of hada?
Sorry, who is this?
Yes.
This is girl. This is a girl.
This is a girl, right? This is a girl. Hadihi bintun. Good. Zahida, can you give an example?
من هذا ملك.
هذا ملك. And what's the meaning? Al-ma'na?
King.
King. So who is this? This is a king. Okay. And the man is also an ism. Okay. The man is an ism. Don't confuse the man from the min, because the min is a harf. The min is from, and man is who. So there's just the haraka is different. The min has a kasra and the man has a fatha. So the man is an ism and the min is and the min is a harf. Okay, few more vocabularies. I'll just read this myself so we can go ahead. So ma hada kalbun. Now watch this. Here, kalb, a dog, is a living thing. However, they've used ma. So the man is specifically used for human being. Okay. So if you want to refer to an animal, you still say ma hada. You won't say man hada. You'll say ma hada, and the answer would be hada kalbun. And the other one, ma hada qittun, and ma hada himarun. This is a donkey. So himarun is a donkey, qittun is a cat, and kalbun is a dog. Okay, so now that we have some vocabulary to work with, let's go to the noun. So the noun is divided into three parts. Okay, just like the verb was divided into three parts. What were the three kinds of verbs, Sister Zahida?
Three kinds of verb were the fi'l madi, the fi'l mudari, and the fi'l amr, fi'l amr.
Fi'l amr, very good, mashallah. It's good that you said in Arabic. If you guys keep mentioning it in Arabic, that will really help you down the track. So fi'l madi, fi'l mudari, and fi'l amr. Now the noun also has three parts. So normally when you talk about something, it's either definite or indefinite. Yani that means it's either you're talking about something specific or you're talking about something in general. So am I talking about the book or am I talking about any book? Right? So that's the first information you get. The second information is based depending on the language, because this doesn't apply to English, but is it a masculine or a feminine? So the object, is it a masculine or is it a feminine? And then the third aspect you're going to look at is, wait a minute, is this a singular? Is it one thing? Is it dual, two things, or is it three plural? Why do we need to know these things? Because they change the whole sentence. you need to base your whole sentence on these information. So it's a definite, indefinite, masculine, feminine, singular, dual, plural. Now in terms of what's the commonality in English, so definite and indefinite, it's there in English. Is the masculine and feminine there in English? Like, do we have it in the English language?
Yes.
Do we? The masculine and the feminine?
Oh, no. Not really.
As far as I know, we don't. So yeah, not really. What about the singular, dual, and plural? Do we have that?
Have the singular and plural, but not dual.
Yeah, so the English language doesn't have the dual, it has the singular and it has the plural. Okay, today we're going to look at, let's get my pen. Okay, we're only going to look at, oh whoops, that wasn't there. Yeah. So we're only going to look at the definite and the indefinite. Okay. The masculine and feminine and the dual and all that we'll look at a bit later. Now, to learn the Arabic terms, Sister Aisha, you said this before. So al-ma'rifatu means the definite and an-nakiratu is the indefinite. We'll try to use the English and the Arabic terms interchangeably today, but hopefully you guys will memorize the meanings by next week. Okay, so Zahida, can you read this passage please with the examples?
Okay. An indefinite noun, an-nakiratu, is one that refers to any person, place, or thing and does not denote a particular person, place, or thing. The examples are rajulun, a man, madinatun, a city, kitabun, a book, farasun, a horse, talibun, a student, madrasatun, a school.
Okay, I think that's pretty clear. So the nakira is something that refers to any, not specific, but any. Could be any person, any place, or anything. And it does not describe a particular person, place, or thing. Like a man, a city, a book, a horse, a student, a school. If you're just curious as to why a horse is farasun and not hisanun, there are different kinds of horses, but we'll just keep the translation as horse. So farasun, you can say it as a horse. Hisanun, you can also say it as a horse. That's fine. Now, so that's the nakira, indefinite noun. Okay, just for one point here. So when you translate it to English, it could have the meaning of a man. It could have an apple, so you can translate it as that. It could be some apple. So yeah, it depends on the context of the sentence exactly how you're going to translate it to English. But the point is that it's indefinite. It's not particular. So the next one is the definite noun. Sister Aisha, can you read this one please?
A definite noun, ma'rifah, is one that denotes a person, particular person, place, or thing. Al-kitab, the book. Karatishi, the name of particular.
Yeah.
Al-farash, horse. Khalidun, name of particular person.
Okay, this one, name of the particular city, it's a city in Pakistan. Karachi, that's how you would pronounce it. Karachi. Okay, so this is a definite noun. Al-ma'rifah is one that denotes a particular person, place, or thing. So the book, is that definite or indefinite? Like, is it particular or any?
Definite.
Yeah, it's definite because it says the book, right? That's how we distinguish it in English. If I say the book, that means I'm talking about a particular book. And then al-farasu, the horse, I'm talking about a particular horse. Khalidun, I'm talking about a particular person. And then Karachi, I'm talking about a particular city. So in these 4 pictures that we saw before, the first part is a nakira and the second part is a ma'rifa. Okay? Nakira, ma'rifa, nakira, ma'rifa, nakira, ma'rifa. Now, Sister Zahida, can you tell me what changes from the nakira to the ma'rifa?
So when it becomes a ma'rifa, there is an alif and lam added.
Yep. Anything else? Sister Aisha, what do you think?
Tanween dam turns to only dam. A dhamma.
Okay, good. I'm not sure if that's very clear. Let me just zoom it in.
Alright.
Oops, can't move it now. Oh, yeah, here. Is that more clear now?
Yes.
Hopefully. Okay. So, 2 things changed here. Look at this. So, Baytun means a house. Al-Baytu means the house. So, how do you convert an indefinite noun? So, how do you convert a nakira to a ma'rifa? The first thing that you do is you add an al in the beginning of the word, in the beginning of the ism. And what also changes is, notice that the indefinite, the nakira, has a dhammatain, 2 dhammas. So that's a tanween. We say baytun, baytun. When we change it to a ma'rifa, it becomes, so we add the alif and lam, so that's al-bay. Is it tun or tu?
Two.
True.
Yeah, it's 2. Al-baytu. So 2 things change. So when an ism changes from a nakira to a ma'rifa, from an indefinite to a definite, 2 things change. So first we add an alif lam, so the al, and then the last haraka of the word changes to a single vowel. So it could be fathatain and it will be 1 fatha. It could be kasratain and it will be 1 kasra. So say for example the word was baytan. How would we change that to a ma'rifa, Sister Zahida?
Al-bayta.
Yeah, al-bayta. If it was baytin, Sister Aisha?
Al-bayti.
Al-bayti, that's right. So 2 things changed. Al becomes added, and then the last haraka drops the tanween and only remains as a single haraka. So if it's 2 dhammas, becomes 1 dhamma. If it's 2 fathas, becomes 1 fatha, and if it's 2 kasras, becomes 1 kasra. Which means that if a noun has tanween on it, that generally indicates indefiniteness. Right? So this is a sign. So signs are very important in the Arabic language. So if a noun, if an ism has a tanween on it, it would mean that it's talking about something indefinite. It's a nakira. That's a sign. And a sign of definiteness or ma'rifa is the al and the dhamma. Now one very important point to keep in mind is this. Verbs, so verbs, which is the fi'al and the harf, the particles, they never take tanween and they never start with al. Okay? So I'll just repeat that again. The fi'al never takes tanween, never starts with al, and the harf never takes tanween and never starts with al. Which means every time you see a tanween or a word that starts with al, be assured that it is an ism. Generally, like in most of the cases, there are exceptions, but we're not going to go to exception. Majority of the time, an ism is the one that has a tanween and an al. A verb and a harf, a fi'al and a harf, they never have these 2 things. So that's a sign to know what an ism is. Okay, so the other example is similar. Qalamun al-qalamu, kitabun al-kitabu, masjidun al-masjidu. Okay. So, going into the definite nouns to the ma'rifah, let me just zoom that back. Yeah. So, there are many kinds of definite nouns or the al-ma'rifah. So the first one is the alamun, which is a proper noun. Then you have ismu isharatin, demonstrative pronoun. You have damirun, personal pronoun. You have ismun mawsulun, relative pronoun. You have mu'arrafun bil alifi, the noun rendered definite by the article al. So definite nouns is not just al. I mean the al one is the last category. You've got 4 other categories. Any idea what the proper noun could be? Anyone?
Like the name?
Like a name. So if I say Zahida, do I need to, is that definite or indefinite?
That is definite.
It's definite, but do we have an al before the name Zahida? We don't.
No.
Because proper nouns are by default, their nature is that they are ma'rifah. You don't need to add an al to it. Okay? Any idea what a demonstrative pronoun is? Ismu isharatin?
Hada and
Yeah, so the hada and hadihi that we just learned before, we were talking about before, they are ma'rifah. So they're talking, when you say this, you're already talking about something particular. So it becomes a ma'rifah, it's a definite noun. And then the rest we'll look later. So today we're going to look at three of them. So we're going to look at the alamun, which is the proper noun, ismu isharatin, demonstrative pronoun, and mu'arrafun bil alifi. Okay. So just with the proper nouns, the definition is a specific name of an individual or a city. So Khalidun, Misru, Aishatu, Dagestanu. So these are all proper nouns. The second one, mu'arrafun bil alifi. So al-kitabu, al-rasulu, al-baytu, and al-waladu. So these are all definite nouns. The first lot is because it's a proper noun, it's a alam, and the second one is because it's got an al. Is that clear so far, sisters?
Yes.
Okay. Zahida, are you with that so far?
yes.
Okay. One tricky question. We said that when the al comes, then the ism takes one dhamma, one fatha, one kasra, and if it's on its own, it will be tanween. However, this word misru is not a tanween. Any idea why?
Because it's the name of a country.
Sort of, but not really. Okay, like this Aisha too is a name of a person, and then Khalidun is also a name of a person, but Khalidun is in tanween and Aisha too is not in tanween. I'll just give you a head start for this one. Just to keep in mind that there are some words in the Arabic language that don't take a tanween when they actually should. For example, names of certain countries or certain places don't take tanween. And names of females generally don't take tanween, generally. So you never hear Aisha as Aishatun, for example, or you never hear Fatima as Fatimatun. It's always Fatima tu or Fatima ta. So that's, keep in mind there are some words, these are the exceptions, that don't take tanween. But generally, an ism is in tanween unless it's indefinite, unless you change it to something, unless you change it to an indefinite, which you can do by adding an al and all that. Okay. So after adding al, the noun undergoes 2 changes. So 2 things happen to a noun. Number 1, it's no longer used in a general sense. Instead, it denotes a particular place or thing. And number 2, it loses its nunation, its tanween, and only one vowel sign remains. So just That's exactly what we said before. So the rajulun becomes ar-rajulu, the rajulan becomes ar-rajula, the rajulin becomes ar-rajuli, waladun becomes al-waladu, waladan becomes al-walada, and waladin becomes al-waladi. Is that clear and simple so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Are you guys familiar with the huruf al-shamsiyya and qamariyya?
Yes.
Yes.
I've just put it here. If you're not, we can go through it. But since you both said yes, that should be fine. I'm not going to go through it because it was sort of like, if you've done Arabic reading, then this would have been covered. So it's here anyway for reference, but we're not going to go through it. Okay. So just one exercise, make the following nouns definite by adding the article al. Do we need to do this or are we quite confident?
I can do, but I don't know the most of the meaning.
Most of the meanings. Which one you don't know? We can discuss it. Like for example, do you know
I don't know.
غرفتun?
No.
Number 7, غرفتun.
I don't know.
Zahida, do you know it?
Room.
Room, yeah. So is it a room or the room?
A room.
A room, that's right. Because there's no al and there's tanween at the end. So ghurfatun means room. So you can say a room. Yes, some of them I'm not too familiar as well with. Haven't really heard some of them, but majority is quite easy. So ka'sun, for example, is glass, a glass. Sa'atun is a watch. Tamrun is a date. Talibun is easy, a student. Nadifun is clean. So with this word nadifun, can we say a clean?
Yes.
Like generally with adjectives, so generally with adjectives we don't translate it as a clean, unless if you say a clean shirt, that's a different story. But by itself, nadifun, we won't translate it as a clean, even though it's an indefinite word. But because it's an adjective, we just say clean. So that's just a side note there. Alright, let's maybe do about 4 or 5 examples while we're here. Sister Zahida, can you do number 22?
The 22. Shamin.
That's 21. That's 22.
Oh, sorry.
This one, yeah.
Al-Kursiyu.
Al-Kursiyu. So Kursiyun, Al-Kursiyu. Sister Aisha, can you do رقم 19, number 19?
المروحة.
Very good.
What is the name?
Al-Mirwahatu. That means fan.
Okay.
Fan. Like the fan in the ceiling. Okay, Sister Zahida, رقم 10 لو سمحتي. Al-Jidaru. Do you know the meaning of Jidar?
Wall.
What's that?
Wall.
Wall, yeah, that's right. Okay, so you can do that in your own time, these exercises. They're quite helpful if you're still not clear with the concept. Okay, so now we're going to go into sort of a new area. I was thinking last week that I didn't give you guys a break and we went for the whole 2 hours pretty much. Do you guys want a break or should we just continue? I don't mind really.
Continue.
So Zahida, do you need a break?
It's okay, we'll continue.
Okay, alright. Now, the thing is, in the Arabic language, there's a problem, and when there's a problem, you offer a solution to it. What I mean by that is this. So, for example, if I say in English, if I say that Zaid hit Amr, who did the hitting and who received the hitting? Staisha?
Zaid hit, Amr hitten.
So I'm just writing in the notes here. Zaid hit Amr. So who did the hitting and who got hit?
Amr is objective here.
Yeah, so Amr is the object.
Zaid fa'il.
And Zaid is the subject. And then hit is the verb, right? So in English, how do we know that Zaid hit Amr? Like, how do we know that?
Is takes dhamma and mef'ulun bih takes fatha or tanwin fatih.
Good, but I'm speaking about about the English language. So, for example, in English, forget about Arabic for a couple of seconds. So, in English, if I say Zaid hit Amr, how do we know that Zaid hit Amr? Like, say for example, we didn't see that Zaid hit Amr. Like, what tells me that Zaid hits Amr in the language? That's what I'm trying to say.
Subject comes first in English.
Yeah, exactly. Because in English you have it's a sequence that tells you who did what, right? It's a sequence, it's the order. So generally you have in English subject, verb, and object. So here we have Zaid as the subject, Amr as the object, and then hit is the verb. So subject, verb, object. That's how we know. We know it through the order. Like in some other languages, they add a word and they say that Zaid hit Amr. Like they add something to know that it was actually Zaid who hit Amr. Now in the Arabic language, if I say, for example, if I say, anyone knows the meaning of hit in Arabic?
Daraba?
Daraba, good. So if I say Zaid daraba Amr.
No.
Now who did the hitting? What's the subject and what's the object? If I just say Zaid daraba Amr.
It is ungrammatical.
It's ungrammatical, exactly, because what determines in Arabic as to what the subject is and what the object is? It's what you said before, right? The fa'al and the maf'ul bihi and all that. But since we haven't covered that, so if I want to say in Arabic that Zaid hit Amr, I'm not gonna say Zaid daraba Amr. That doesn't make any sense. Even though in English it makes sense. In English, if I say Zaid hit Amr, the order tells me that Zaid is the one who hit Amr. But in Arabic, if I say Zaid daraba Amr, it doesn't make any sense. It still doesn't tell me who did the hitting and who actually got hit. It doesn't tell me. So that's a problem, right? So you need a solution for it. So the Arabs, what they did was they came up with this system of using vowels at the end of a word. Okay, so all this, like, why is there dhamma, why is there fatha, why is there kasra, like what's the significance of these harakat? It's not just there to read, they have a meaning. So what the Arabs did was they said, okay, if a word has a dhamma, that means it could be possibly this. So for example, a dhamma, if a word has a dhamma, possibly it could be an object of something. It can be a subject of something, as an example. And then they said, if there is an object in the sentence, then the object will carry a fatha. Okay? And I'm going to show you examples to be more clear. And what about the kasra? So for example, if I want to say Zaid book, can anyone tell me that in Arabic? Zaid book.
Kitabu Zaydin.
Kitabu, was that Zahida or Aisha? I didn't pick it up.
Zahida. Kitabu Zaydin.
Kitab
Kitabu
Zaydun.
Zaydin.
Kitabun Zaydun.
Okay. Zahid is correct. If you say Kitabu Zaydin, how did you know that was the correct one, Zahida?
I've studied a little bit of it before, so.
Okay. So what told you? Like for example, say someone asked you, how did you know? Like what determined you to say that it was Zayd's book? Like where did that apostrophe S come from?
So the kitab has a dhamma, and Zaydin, the kasratain, it implies the possession.
Yeah, it implies a possession, exactly. So what you said, Sister Aisha, is you said Kitabun Zaydun. Now, if you put in the Arabic language, if you put Kitabun Zaydun, it doesn't really make any sense. You're just saying, it's even hard to translate. You're saying it's hard. It's even hard to translate it, because it's like saying Waladun Jamilun, a beautiful boy. If you say Kitabun Zaydun, it means a book Zayd or something like that. So it doesn't make sense. So my whole point is that the order does not determine the grammar in Arabic. Never think that order is rarely used in Arabic, like the order of words, to make a meaning out of a sentence. So they came up with a system of this harakat, which is the fatha, dhamma, and kasra. And each of these have a term. So if a word ends with dhamma, and if you want to describe that word, we'll say that that word is in the state of rafa. Have you heard of this term before? Anyone? Rafa, nasab, and jar?
A little bit.
A little bit, okay. So Aisha, have you heard about it before?
Marfu. Mansub. Yes.
Yes, well that's basically the same thing. So if a word ends with dhamma, we call that it's in the state of rafa, or we can say it's marfu'. So they're both okay to use. And if a word ends with a fatha, we say it's mansub, or it's in the state of nasab. And if it ends in a kasra, we say it's in the state of jar, or it's majroor. We'll come to these terms more in detail in the next couple of minutes. Now, just looking at some examples. Zahida, can you read raqam wahid, please? Number one.
Allahu khaliqu kulli shay'in.
Okay. Now, if you look at the Allah, what does it end with?
Dhamma.
Dhamma. Now, from those three categories, is the dhamma a sign of rafa, nasab, or jar?
The dhamma is a sign of rafa.
Rafa, that's right. So if I tell you, what is dhamma, like what is the sign of dhamma, you're gonna say rafa. But if I tell you what state is Allah in, you can tell me it's marfu'. Or you can say it's in the state of rafa, or you can directly say marfu'. So they're both correct. You can use both of them. So Aisha, what about khaliqu?
Dhamma, marfu,
So it's in a state of, it's marfu in the state of rafa, right? Because the sign of rafa is a dhamma. Okay. So the next one.
Kulli. So it's
Yeah.
majroor in a state of jar and has kasra.
Yeah. So the sign is, it's a kasra. It's majroor in the state of jar. So Aisha, next one.
الطالب مجتهد. الطالب
Yeah. Yeah.
مرفوع مجتهد also مرفوع
Yeah.
with تنوين الضم.
Okay. What's the alama? So when alama means sign. What is the alama of rafa in this sentence?
مرفوع.
So what is the sign of rafa?
Dhamma.
Yeah, dhamma. So for example, if I tell you at-talibu, you said it's marfu. I'll ask you, how did you know it was marfu? Like, what's the sign of it? So you're going to tell me, well, it's got a dhamma at the end of it, right? So that's the sign of it. So that's the alama. Alamatu raf'i huwa dhammatu. So the sign of, or the sign of rafa is that there's a dhamma. If there's a dhamma, it's marfu. So that's the sign of it. Okay. Now, what about number 2? Sister Zahida, can you read number 2? Like this.
Wa'budullah.
Can you read the whole thing, like the ras harakat go?
Wa'budullaha.
U'budullah. Why is it not U'budullahu?
Because Allah is the object.
Yeah, so as an example, we can say this. That, let me just put it in the notes here. I'm going to delete that. That if you see rafa, we can call that as subject. If you see nasab, it can be object. If you see jar, possession. Okay. Can you guys see that in the notes?
Yes.
Alright. Now, so if I see a word in rafa, if a word is marfu', it could be a subject. Now, the important thing to remember is that subject is an example. There are many other things that come under this category. Like, I'm hoping I'm making sense here. Like, for example, the rafa is not just subject. There are some other examples that also take rafa. But for our purposes here, an example of rafa is subject, okay? But not all things that are rafa are subject. Just keep that in mind. The nasib is, if you see something that's mansub, that has a fatha, it could be an object. It could be, but not necessarily. Majority of the time it is, yes, but not necessarily. Because there are other words that also take nasib and they have a different meaning. We'll come to that later. And then the jar is a position. Like when I say Kitabu Zaydin, it means Zayd's book. How do I know it's Zayd's book? Because of that formula. So when you have a word, okay, anyway, we'll come to that later because I need to show examples for that. So if you look here, number 2, Wa'budullaha. So it says worship Allah. So Allah becomes the object. And what is the object? What is the alama of object or the sign of object?
Fatha.
Fatha, which means it goes in a state of nasab. Is that clear, Sister Aisha and Zahida? I hope I'm making sense here.
Yes.
Okay. So the next one is, Aisha Anam, can you read this one?
قابلت الطالب.
Okay. So qabaltu, what is the i'rab of that? So when I say i'rab, I mean what is the state of that?
قابلت is مرفوع وعلامة رفعه علامة رفعه ضمة. الطالبة مفعول علامة منصوب علامة نصبه with فتحة.
Fatha, that's right. So the talib has a fatha and the sign of its So the alamat al-nasbihi, the sign of its nasb, is that it's carrying a fatha, and here this word is carrying a dhamma. So that's marfu' and that's mansub. So these are two differences. We'll do the next one, number 3. Sister Zahida, can you read that, please?
إلى الله المصير.
Yes, can you give the i'rab of all of the things? Okay, don't worry about ila at the moment because that's sort of got a different rule. But you can go to the next two.
الله مجرور وعلامة
Yep.
جره الكسرة.
Yep.
مرفوع وعلامة رفعه
Ad-dammatu, that's right. Okay. Now here, Allahi, you said it's in the state of jar, so the i'rab is that it's a jar, it's majroor. What do you think causes it to be majroor?
إلى
Ila. And what's ila? Is that ism, fi'l or harf?
اسم.
Are you sure? If you just say to, does it have any meaning? To?
إلى is a harf.
Yeah, ila is a harf. Okay, so that's sort of the new thing we're going to look at now, is that an ism goes into a state of jar if a harf comes before it. So if you look at the notes, I've added harf here as well. Now, an ism will be majroor for two reasons. First one is possession. We haven't looked into that, so don't worry about that. Second one is if there is a harf before an ism, it causes the ism to go into a state of majroor. Is that clear?
Yes.
Like examples. If I say from the house, I'm gonna say minal bayti. Minal bayti. If I say minal baytu, does it make sense? If I say minal bayta, does it make sense? So it has to be minal bayti. Okay. So I would like each one of you to give me one example each. So just as a general, give me a harf and an ism, and then change the ism to a majroor. So we'll start with Sister Aisha.
في المسجد.
Fil masjid, very good. So you can't say fil masjidu or you can't say fil masjida. You have to say fil masjidi because that's the rule. Sister Zahida?
على الطاولة.
Very good. Ala tawilati, on the table. So ala is an ism. Sorry, it's a harf, and then the noun takes a kasra, becomes in the state of jar or majroor. Aisha, can you read this one? نظرت.
نظرت إلى الطالب.
Good. Can you tell me the i'rab of all of it?
نظرت مرفوع إلى طالب is مجرور with jar.
Good. And what caused it to be jar?
Because harf comes before it. إلى.
Very good. Because the harf comes before it. إلى طالبي. Sister Zahida, we'll just read the last one.
بحثت عن الكتاب. بحثت مرفوع. And
Yep.
he مجرور. كسرا because of the harf.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just gonna zoom in into these two words. Can you guys see anil kitabi
Yes.
only?
Yes.
Actually, we'll just look at this one. Ila talibi. Just some definitions. Just gonna take my pen. Okay. So nazartu. Oh, that's pretty big. So nazartu means I looked. So we will not worry about that at the moment. This is what I want to focus on. Just make that low. So the ila, we said it's a harf, right? Do we agree with that? Okay. Now when the harf causes the noun to go into a majroor state, it gets another term, and that term we call it harfu jar. Okay, so that's a fa. How to write the dot? Harfu jar. What do we call it?
Harfu jar.
Jar.
Harfu jar. And this one we call it as majroor. So you can say ism majroor, or you can just say majroor. So I'll just write that down. Majroor. So this is harfu jar, and this is majroor. Okay. So every time I say harfu jar and majroor, you should know that what I'm talking about is a harf, and a noun will be in a majroor state. This itself is called a harfu jar, this ila. But instead of saying it individually, I can also say, I'm just giving terms because using terms helps us to identify what we're talking about. If I want to say the whole thing in one go, I can just say jar majroor. So jar majroor. When I say jar majroor, that means I'm talking about this prepositional relationship. So preposition, yani the ila is a preposition, it's a harf, at-talibi. So I could say harfu jar or majroor, or if I say jar and majroor, what I mean is usually like this formula. So that you've got the harf first, and then you've got the noun second. Is that clear? I hope.
Yes.
I mean, most of you are familiar. Both of you are familiar with the terminologies anyway, so which is good. It makes life easier with the jar and the majroor. So if I say jar majroor, I'm just talking about this relationship here, ila and at-talibi. Okay, I'll just take that back. Ila Allah al-Masih. Okay. Let me just write that. Okay. Sisters, can you give me about 3 minutes because I want to upload a new file? Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, just give me 3 minutes. Now, with the harf jars, so with the huruf, there are many. Okay, there's a lot of harfs, but there are some that are used very often, and I'm just gonna go ahead and give you some of them and their meanings to you, and then inshallah we can start using these in our sentences. So when we construct sentences, obviously prepositions are very, very important. So number one, raqam wahid is ala. So what does ala mean?
On or above.
So on or above. So you sort of had that idea already, like I'm guessing both of you. Like ala is a very common one. Ala just means on or above. So Zahida, can you read the first example? Zaydun.
I think something. My screen is frozen. I can't. I think it's just loading now. So.
You can't see the screen.
Yeah, I think the examples are loading. Froze up for.
Oh, it's still loading. Okay. Aisha, are you able to see it?
Yeah. Zaydun jalisun ala al-ardi.
Yes, Zaydun jalisun ala al-ardi. Where is the harf jar?
Ala.
And is the ard marfu, mansub, or majroor?
Majroor. Ardi majroor. Ala harfi jar, al-ardi majroor.
Very good. So it's a jar majroor relationship. Yes, excellent. What about the Zaydun? Is Zaydun what's the i'rab of Zayd?
Zaydun is fa'il marfu wa alamat raf'ihi tanwin ad-dam.
Good. Is it nakira or ma'rifa?
Always ma'rifa because private name.
Yeah, because it's a alamun, right? It's a proper noun.
Proper name, yes.
So proper nouns are ma'rifa. Zahida, are you able to see it now?
No, I'm sorry. I don't know.
Wait, I'll just upload it again. It happens sometimes.
Okay.
I'll just re-upload it. Can you see it now? No? You're not able?
No, it's not.
Okay, let me just...
You can make full screen. Sister Zahida, did you try make full screen?
Okay, I'll try that. Mozilla Firefox.
Are you using Firefox? It should work the best in Firefox apparently.
Yes.
Okay, we'll keep on going the examples, and if it gets fixed, let us know, or if it not, let us know. Maybe close it and start it again or something. Okay.
I'll just start it again, so I'll be back in 1 minute.
No worries, inshallah, no worries. So the meaning of ala is on or above. So what is the meaning of ila, Sister Aisha?
Towards, at, to, till.
Yeah. So depending on the context of the sentence, we will depending on context of the sentence, we'll know the meaning. So ila can mean towards, it means to, till, and things like that. So examples. Can you read the first one?
وصلت اليد إلى المرفق.
Yes, so that's some very, very good vocabulary there. I washed the arm till the elbow. So غسلت اليد إلى المرفق. So mirfaqi means elbow. The next one is min. So min means from, of, since, then, etc. So the examples are there on the screen. We'll just maybe take this. We'll just do the last one. Can you do the last one, please? If you can read the last one.
القطة أصغر من الكلب.
So the cat is smaller than the dog. أصغر. So that's min. Okay. Ooh, that's so small. Are you able to read that?
No, I make full screen now.
Is it more clear
Yeah,
when
I-
you make it full screen?
Yeah, I can read now, yes.
Okay. So now the lam, the li is also a harf. So when I say alhamdulillahi, so we don't say alhamdulillahi or we don't say alhamdulillah. We say alhamdulillahi because that lam is also a harf and it causes the ism to go to majroor. It causes the ism to go to a kasra. So li means for. So alhamdulillahi is all praise is for Allah. Can you read the next one, please?
Fi? Do you mean?
Yep. The next half, yeah.
Yes.
Fi in. Can you read the first example of fi?
الولد في الغرفة.
Yes. The boy is in the room. So you were asking the meaning of ghurfa before and it came here. The boy is in the room. Al-waladu fil ghurfati. So yeah, once again, the harf causes the ism to go into a majroor. Can you read the next harf? So that's a ka.
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 For
Yeah.
resemblance.
So the meaning, yeah, it's for resemblance. Like if I want to say Zaid is like a lion, I'm just reading the example here. Zaidun kal asadi. Zaidun kal asadi. So Zaid is like a lion. So the ka causes the asad to go into a majroor state. What's the next one?
An from
which is-
about.
Yep. Can you read the first example, please?
سألت عن المعلمة.
سألت عن المعلمة. Okay. That's fine. I asked about the teacher. سألت عن المعلمة. I'll ask you a question, Aisha.
Yes.
You see the an in after سألت?
Yes.
Okay. Now I told you before that if an ism like if you see something that has a kasra, only isms can take kasra. So the harfu jar and the fi'al they will never take kasra. They will never be in a majroor state. Okay, so that's a rule. Now, how come this harf has a kasra when harf never take kasra? So why does it say anil bayti?
Oh, I don't know.
any
I can't explain. But it comes to me normal.
See, because the actual harf is an. So when you see an, there's a sukoon on the noon, right? And then it changes here. The reason is because you know how you said when you read it, you said sa'altu anil muallimati. So you skipped the alif, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you didn't say sa'altu an al muallimati. You didn't say that. You said sa'altu anil muallimati and you skipped the alif. Now, if there was a sukoon on the noon and there's already a sukoon on the lam, can we read two sukoons?
No.
Yeah, we can't. We can't read two sukoons because you just can't. So that's why they put a kasra there. But that kasra is the only purpose of the kasra is for pronunciation. It shouldn't take a kasra because harfs never take a kasra. The only thing that takes a kasra, the only thing that can come into majroor state is an ism. But the reason why there's a kasra here is because if you put a sukoon on the noon and there's already a sukoon on the lam, you can't read the sentence anymore. You can't read two sukoons. So that's why they put a kasra there. So now you can read it. سألت عن المعلمة. But if I tell you what is the state of an, you won't tell me it's majroor because the alama to jarrihi the kasra, because that's going to be wrong. I hope that was clear. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. So the next one is B, which is in, with, at, on, etc. So Bismillahi Rahmanir Rahim. Akaltu bil mil'aqati Zaydun bil masjidi. All of the isms that come after the B have a kasra at the end. That's what happens with the harf jar.
Bil masjidi or fil masjidi?
Remember that B also has the meaning of in.
Okay.
So when you say Zaydun bil masjidi, that also means Zayd is in the masjid. If you say Zaydun fil masjidi, that's fine. But of course, bil, like, it has a little bit different meaning. You can use it in different sentences and things like that. But generally, B has many meanings. Do you see it says in, with, at, on, and then it says etc, etc. So that means that there's more meanings to it. It has a lot of meanings. So when you say Zaydun bil masjidi, that's fine. It makes sense.
Okay.
So Zayda, welcome back. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, I am.
Ah, good, alhamdulillah. So we'll just change that now. Okay. Just some examples. Zayda, can you read the first four, and then Aisha will read the next four.
Okay. مطبخ في مطبخ مسجد إلى مسجد.
Yes, Aisha?
من بيت كتاب على كتاب.
Good. So did you all see the changes that happened?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they went from a marfu' to a majroor, all of them, because of the harf jar. That's what caused it. Okay. Once again, Zayda, can you read the first two, and then I shall read the next two?
الهلال في السماء إلى الباب.
Good, mashallah.
من المدرس المفتاح على الكتاب.
Just the mudarris, there's a kasra on the ra, so you're gonna say minal mudarrisi.
Okay. من المدرس.
Yeah, it's probably not that clear over there, but it's mudarrisi with the kasra. So mudarris is a teacher, right? Mudarris is a teacher. Okay, so al-miftahu ala al-kitabi, the key is on the book. Zahida, is al-miftahu nakira or ma'rifa?
معرفة.
How did you know that?
Because of the alif lam and the dhamma on the ha.
Very good, mashallah. Sister Aisha, is al-kitab, is that nakira or ma'rifa?
معرفة.
Ma'rifa. And what's the i'rab of it? What state is it?
مجرور.
Majroor, very good. And what's the alama of it?
There is an extra at the end.
Yeah, wa alama jarrihi al-kasra. Okay. I'll just read this first one. Ar-rajulu minal hindi. There's a mistake there. It should be a fatha there. Minal. الرجل من الهند. The man is from India. Once again, Aisha, I was talking to you before when Zahida left. Do you see here that there's a sukoon on the noon? That's actually a mistake. It should be a fatha. Let me just fix that up now.
Yeah. Two sukoons we can't read.
Yeah, you can't read two sukoons. It's just not possible on the tongue. So, okay, that's actually a fatha. So الرجل من الهند. The man is from India. So the min has the what do you call it? It has the from meaning, right? So min means from. Zaida, can you read the next one?
Al-asadu ala sakhrin.
And the meaning?
The lion is on a rock.
On a rock. Is sakhrin nakira or marifa?
It's nakira.
And al-asadu?
Al-asadu ma'rifa.
Marifa, mashallah, good. So which is the last one?
Al-waladu fil bustani.
Yep. Meaning?
The boy is in the garden.
That's right, the boy is in the garden. So al-waladu is marifa, al-bustan is marifa as well. Okay. So we'll do that later. I think that that should be enough content for today. We've got about 20-25 minutes left. So what we're gonna do, we can do some exercises, inshallah. Do you guys have any comments or questions or anything like that?
No.
I'm hoping we're going on a good pace, inshallah.
Inshallah.
I'm just gonna give some examples. Next slide, please. Okay, I'm just gonna upload a new document. Just bear with me for a minute.
Sorry to interrupt. Can I just come back in 1 minute? My son, he's calling me to eat something.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. No worries.
I'll be back in a couple.
That's okay. So Aisha, are you able to see that in the screen?
Yes.
Okay. We're just waiting for Zahida until she comes. Okay, let's do some exercises till she returns. So if you can just so the exercise is this: we need to fill in the blanks with suitable prepositions. So prepositions is harf, right? Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back, Zaida. So Zaida, we're just doing an exercise where you fill in the blanks with suitable prepositions or harf. So you'll read the sentence and then think about which harf suits the most over there.
Yes.
So we'll start with Aisha. So Aisha, you can read the first one, please.
Al-qalamu something
the first one.
First one I can't see. Number 1.
You can't see it?
No, yeah, I know. Yes. Now I see.
Okay.
الطفلة something زهرة. What does this الطفلة mean?
الطفلة. Do you know what طفل means?
Yeah, طفل, child.
Child. So that's a girl child. الطفلة becomes a feminine child.
Okay.
And then, do you know the meaning of zahratin?
Flower.
Flower, yes. So it's saying the baby girl flower. So what do you think fits in well there?
Care.
Okay, very good, mashallah. And the meaning of that? Like, that's right. So at-tiflatu ka zahratin. Because remember we said ka is like resemblance. So if you want to say something is like something, you'll use ka. Like if I want to say Zayd is like a lion, I'll say Zaydun kal asadi. Right? So at-tiflatu ka zahratin. Very good, mashallah. So Zayda, number 2.
Al-qalamu lit-talibati.
Good. And can you translate that, the ma'na?
The pen is for the student, the girl student.
Good, and yeah. So you can say the pen belongs to the girl students, that's fine. Or it's for the student, that's fine as well. Good, mashallah. رقم 3. سعيشة ممكن تقرأي? Can you read?
Okay. النقود محفظتي. في محفظتي.
Can you read the whole sentence including the harf?
Okay. النقود في المحفظة.
Good, very good. Would you know the meaning of that?
محفظة. محفظة. I know, but I learned the Turkish translation. I'm a struggle. Third translation.
So you translate from Arabic to Turkish and from Turkish to English.
Yeah. My English is
Wow.
not good enough. Not academic yet.
So al-mihfadati, any ideas, Zahida?
It rings a bell, but I can't remember.
Okay. So, anybody knows nuqud? Nuqud? No? Alright, so that's good vocab for us. And nuqud means money. So the money.
The wallet.
And al-mihfazati is the wallet. That's right. So the money is in the wallet. See, like the Arabic language is very beautiful. Like if I tell you, if I tell you a hafiz or a hafiz, it's someone who memorized the Quran, right?
Yeah.
So hafiz actually in Arabic means someone who protects, because hifz actually means protection. So when you recite the Quran and you memorize it, you're protecting the Quran from any errors because you memorized it. Now mihfaza is something inside is being protected or looked after. So it comes from the same root word. It comes from like hafiza, hafaza, and things like that. So the money is in the wallet, but in English we just translate it as wallet. Okay, number 4, Aisha.
الثوب something حرير. I don't have any idea. Meaning, I don't know meaning.
Zahida, any idea about harir?
Yeah, harir is silk.
That's right. So harir means silk.
So
Silk is like it's like a material, yeah, a cloth material. You could say it, I guess. So the example is al-thawbu al-hariri. So al-thawbu
min al-harir
is the dress. Yeah, the dress is from silk. But how do we say off the? No, not the dress is off the silk. I think from is better. Al-thawbu min al-hariri. Is that clear, Aishana?
Yes. Yep.
Alright, number 5. Where are we? So Zahida, number 5.
al-kutubu على المطالعة or
okay, so what's the meaning of kutubu?
the books.
Good, the books. Now mutala'ati means researching or sort of learning, reading and things like that. So the books are researching. So which preposition would fit in the best?
Lil?
Minal? Anil?
I think li would be the best answer there.
Okay.
Because
Books are for.
because li is, yeah, it's for. So you say the books are for researching. Al-kutubu lil mutala'ati. Okay. Next one, sister. Was it Aisha's turn? I think, yeah.
Yes.
Now this is very interesting. It's the sentence beginning with the harf jar.
Bil masjidi?
Yep. So you can say fil masjidi or you can say bil masjidi. They're both correct. For now,
Okay.
we can say both of them. That's fine.
Okay.
So you can say fil masjidi. In the mosque is a big door. Yeah. So fil masjidi, in the mosque is a big door. Fil masjidi babun kabirun. Okay. Good. MashaAllah. We'll just do a couple of more and then we'll wrap it up. Sister Zahida, the next one.
Al-Fil Matbakhi. mother is in the kitchen?
The mother is what?
In the kitchen?
In the kitchen, that's right. Al-ummu fil matbakhi. The mother is in the kitchen. Aisha Anand, the next one.
هل الأقلام للأستاذ؟
Very good. Are the pens for the teacher? MashaAllah. هل الأقلام للأستاذ. Next, Zahid Anand.
المطر نازل من السماء. The rain is falling from the sky.
Very good, MashaAllah. So the rain is falling down from the sky. Minal. I just want to mention one thing for Zahid as well, so she's familiar with it. So Zahid, when you left, I was explaining to Aisha. You know the harf min, it has a sukoon at the end of it, right?
Yes.
And I didn't mention this before, but if you see a word that has a kasra at the end of it,
Yes.
then the only thing that can be kasra is an ism. A fi'al, a verb, can't be a kasra, and a harf can never be a kasra. They can never be in a state of jar. Only an ism can be in a state of jar. However, when you said here, al-mataru nazilun, you said minas samai. So the sukoon changed to a fatha. Why did it change? Because the harf can never be in a state of nasab or sort of in the rafa as well. Like my point is, why did it change from a sukoon to a fatha?
Can't have two sukoons.
Exactly, very good. So you can't have two sukoons. So some words, what happens is, it will take a kasra. Like the when you were away, we were talking about what was the example, Aishanam? That the min became a kasra. Do you remember?
I can't remember.
Oh, I think it was an. So if I say example number 4, maybe as-sawbu anil hariri. Just say, for example, as-sawbu anil hariri. Now I'm saying anil, but we said that it's only the isms that come in a state of jar. So how did the harf take a kasra? That kasra is there only for pronunciation reasons, because you can't pronounce two sukoons. So that's why we put a kasra on the harf, but in reality it's not a majroor, it's not in a state of jar. Okay, so just keep that point in mind, because sometimes it might confuse you. You might be like, how is a harf having a kasra? So we make the pronunciation easier. Is that clear, Zaida? I hope that was clear.
Yeah.
Okay. And maybe we'll do 2 more examples, inshallah. Aisha Anam, you can choose any, it's up to you.
هناك
You can just...
ازدحام في الطريق.
Which one are you reading? Number 10. Okay.
10.
رقم 10 صح. هناك ازدحام. Did you say في الطريق?
Is it في الطريق?
Yeah, I guess هناك ازدحام.
على الطريق أو في الطريق?
I don't know what makes more sense. There is traffic on the road or in the road. Yeah, probably on. So ala would be probably better. هناك ازدحام على الطريق. Yeah. Or you can even say, like, you can say maybe fi can mean on. If you say I'm driving and there's traffic on the way. We normally say that, right? So I guess depending on the context, both of them can be correct.
What about هناك means?
هناك means there is.
Okay.
So this is also a you know how in the beginning we did هذا and هذه?
Yes.
This is also part of that. Sort of like هناك there is. Yeah. Next one, Zahida.
هل المدير في المكتب؟
هل المدير في المكتب? Can you translate that?
Is the principal or director in the library?
Good. Very good, mashallah. Halil mudiru. See, perfect example. The hal is normally in a sukoon, right? But here it takes a kasra. Not sure if it's very clear. Let me just zoom that in. See, the hal
Yes.
has a kasra. It normally shouldn't. It comes to sukoon. But it's only for pronunciation reasons. It has no other significance. Okay. Let's move that back. Alright, I think we can stop there, inshallah. Just wanted to ask you guys, do you listen to the lectures that get uploaded for the beginning grammar?
I listen to parts of it, but quite frankly, sometimes I don't have enough time to listen to the whole thing, so I go through the notes and like go through the vocabularies and do all the exercises that are in the notes.
Yeah. Okay. Aisha Hanım, what about you?
Once a time I listened.
Oh, so you listen to it once?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. It's just, it'll probably help you more, but it's up to you, because the whole reason why we did this for 2 hours is because some students said that it was very hard for them to see what's happening on the board and they couldn't hear the voice properly. So,
Yeah.
it's up to you, yeah, it's all good. If you listen to it, it's even better, but that's fine, I'm just curious. Okay, so if you guys don't have anything else, we can wrap it up, inshallah. Next week we'll look at the 2 kinds of sentences in Arabic. So the Jumla Ismiya, Jumla Fi'liya, we'll quickly go through that. We can also look at the Muzakkar and the Mu'annas, quickly go through the masculine and the feminine. Probably look at the singular, dual and plural as well. And then also next week we'll look at the Ismul Dama'ir, so the the I, he, she and things like that. Anta, anti, antuma, antum. So we're going to learn the pronouns in Arabic as well. We'll look at that. Yeah, and then we'll see how we go with those topics, inshallah, for next week. Okay, so you guys have no questions? Are you all good?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask
Yeah.
the worksheets for week 3. Are we going to get them later on? Or?
The worksheets for week 3?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, so you'll have to ask the subject coordinator.
Oh.
I'm not too familiar with it.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, if you just email him, he'll respond to you, inshallah.
Okay, sure.
Alright then, inshallah, I wish you guys a great day. Now, see you next week, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Okay. Alright then, Assalamu alaikum, sisters.
Walaikum.
Inshallah.